Okay, good morning, all of you. So in the previous session, we started to discuss about that bipolar junction transistor, and we discussed a few basic theory related to the same. So in the previous session, we discussed that these are the four different regions in which the transistors can be operated based on how the emitter junction and collector junctions are actually connected. So as you know that the transistor has two junctions, and based on how it is practically connected in that actual circuit, the transistors can be operated in these four different regions. One is a active, second is a saturation, third one is a cutoff, and fourth one is inverted. And out of these four different regions, the transistor is always operated in an active region. So when we say that the transistor is operated in an active region, when the emitter junction is forward and collector junction is reverse, that time we say that transistor is operated in an active region. And as you know that the transistor has three terminals, emitter, base, collector. Based on that, there are three configurations of the transistors are there. One is a common base configuration, common emitter configuration, and common collector configuration. And now, today we are going to discuss that one by one in detail here. And we are trying to discuss that input-output characteristics of the transistor here. Before that, let's we try to discuss about action of a transistor, how the transistor it actually works when it is connected in the practical circuit is there. Get it my point? So now let's see that here I consider that one NPN type of a transistor, and when we want to connect this transistor in a active region, means as you know that the transistor has its two junction. One is called as emitter to base junction and another is called as collector to base junction. So if you see that in the NPN type of a transistor, emitter region is an N region and the base region is the P region. And if I connected emitter to base in a forward, it means that I need to connect N region to the negative terminal of external battery and P region to the positive terminal of external battery. That time we say that emitter to base junction acts in a forward bias. And to make the transistor in an active region, we need to connect the collector to base in a reverse bias. It means that now in this case, in a NPN type of transistor, N region is a collector region. And if I want to connect this collector to base in a reverse bias, so definitely we need to connect this N region to the positive terminal of a battery and this P region to the negative terminal of a battery, so that now you can see that the battery which is connected in between emitter and base terminal, we say that battery VEB, and the battery which is connected in between that collector and base, we say that it's a VCB. These polarity of these two battery will make the transistor in active region. Why I say that active? Because emitter to base it is connected in forward and collector to base is connected in reverse, so that the transistor is operated in an active region. And now see that what happened when the transistor is connected in an actual practice. Now if you observe that, you just have a concentrate on emitter to base junction. N region, emitter region is connected to the negative terminal of a battery. Now give me that what are the majority carriers in that N region? It's a electrons. Pink color circle is the electrons. So can I say that when this N region, emitter region, is connected to the negative terminal, that electrons are try to repel towards the junction, and these electrons will try to cross the junction is there. Similarly, the P region is connected to the positive terminal. It means that the holes, black color circle, the holes are also try to repel from the terminal of a battery, and the holes are also try to cross the junction. It means that The case is similar like that when the PN junction diode is connected in a forward bias. बरोबर है? And because of that, definitely the effect is same. The width of the depletion region is gets reduces, and the charge carriers are try to cross the junction. And when the free electrons in that N region, when they comes into the P region, now as you know that emitter region is heavily doped, so that the number of free electrons in that N regions are more as compared to the number of holes in that the P region is there. Get it my point? Because the P region is the base region and it is very lightly doped and it's very thin. So the number of holes are very less in number as compared to the number of electrons present in that N region is there. So when the free electrons will cross the junction and when they enter into that P region, suppose we assume that the 10 electrons are cross the junction from emitter and they comes into the base region. 10 electrons base region मध्ये आले असं assume करा. Out of that 10 electron, let me consider that only 2 or 3 electrons will combine with the holes. Why? Because holes are very less in number. So out of that, suppose I say that the 3 electrons will combine with the hole, the remaining 7 electrons is as it is in that the P region. And what that electrons will combine with the holes, they will get that negative charge, and then these electrons will be attracted towards the positive terminal of the battery. And hence, a base current will flow in this direction from positive terminal. So this is the direction of a base current here. And as you know that the holes are very less in number in the P region, so that a very less number of electrons will combine with the holes and they will constitute the base current, so that the base current in the transistor is always very less, having a very less amount is there. Now, the 7 electrons are remain in the P region, and in the P region, can I say that these 7 electrons are acts as a minority charge carrier? Do you agree with me? Yes or no? When that electrons, it comes from emitter to base, when that electrons enter into that the base region is the P region, and what are the minority carrier in the P region? It's a free electrons, am I right? So that electrons are the minority carrier in the P region is there. And now try to concentrate collector to base junction. How the collector to base junctions are connected? Now here I can show that the electrons are the minority carrier, and now that more number of electrons are present in that base region acts as a minority carrier. And now how the collector to base junction is connected? Collector to base junction is connected in a reverse bias. It means that apply the theory for these two terminal when the PN junction diode is connected in a reverse bias. We know that the no current will flow through the reverse bias diode, but a very less amount of current will flow through the reverse bias diode due to the minority carrier. But now here in this case, in the P region, that electrons are acts as a minority carrier. So definitely this P region is connected to the negative terminal, means all these electrons will repel or they will try to cross the junction and they will enter from P region to the collector region, base region to the collector region. And when these all 7 electrons, when they enter into that collector region, we know that the collector region is connected to the positive terminal. So all these electrons will attracted towards the positive terminal of external battery. म्हणजे बघा, इमिटर जंक्शनचं काम काय केलं त्यानं? इट विल इमिट द इलेक्ट्रॉन. त्यानं इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दिले, बेस रिजनला दिले. बेस रिजननं काम काय केलं? ते इलेक्ट्रॉन्स घेतले त्यापैकी थोडेफार इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फक्त बेस करंट फ्लो करतात, राहिलेले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कलेक्टर रिजनला देऊन टाकले. कलेक्टर रिजनचं काम काय झालं, इट विल कलेक्टेड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इमिटेड बाय दॅट इमिटर, and then all these electrons will attracted towards the positive terminal of a battery, so that this is the direction of a collector current. This is the collector current is there. Now if you observe that in that action of a transistor, the base current and the collector current are the incoming current for NPN type of a transistor here. And then if you see the movement of a free electrons in that emitter region, that electrons will move in this direction. So definitely the direction of emitter current is opposite to the direction of movement of a free electron. So in the case of NPN type of a transistor, emitter current is the outgoing current. So in this way, the transistor, it works. This is the action of a transistor here. And now, based on that, we can write that equation: emitter current is equal to base current plus collector current. But as we know that the base current is very, very less, so I can also say that emitter current is approximately equal to collector current here, approximately. And now see that the symbol, okay. Now see that the symbol here, emitter base junction is to be connected in forward, collector base junction is to be connected in reverse. So the pink color shows the free electrons and the direction of a free electrons, and based on that, the current can flow in the transistor here. Okay. And if you see that the symbol for NPN type of a transistor, see that emitter base collector, we know that for the symbol, the three terminals and the two junctions, and that arrow always indicates the direction of emitter current. Baga, NPN type of arrow, emitter current, outgoing current is dakhwatoy. Just now we discussed that. And if that emitter current is outgoing current, so definitely the base current and the collector current are the incoming current, so that we have this equation: emitter current is equal to base current is that. Now see that. So this is the action of a transistor for NPN type of a transistor here. Now the same theory is applicable for PNP type of a transistor. Only difference is that in a NPN type of transistor, majority charge carriers are free electrons, and in a PNP type of transistor, the majority charge carriers are the free holes. See that there. Now here this is the PNP type of a transistor. Now if you see that, if I want to make the transistor in that active region, how we can make the transistor in an active region? Emitter base junctions we need to connect in a forward bias. And when I want to connect in a forward bias now see that emitter region acts as a P region. We need to connect it to the positive terminal of a battery, and that base region, it acts as a N region. We need to connect it to the negative terminal of the battery. It means that the battery VEB makes the emitter base junction in a forward bias. And now the collector to base junctions we need to connect in a reverse bias. Is it right? So that collector junction is the P region. So when I want to make it in a reverse bias, so we need to connect it to the negative terminal of external battery, and base we have to connect it to the positive terminal of the battery. So this battery VCB makes the collector to base junction in a reverse bias. When the positive terminal of external battery is connected to the P region, means holes are repelled towards the junction. Similarly, negative terminal is connected to the base. It means that electrons are also repelled towards the junction. But the thing is that the base region is very lightly doped and it's a very thin. So the number of free electrons present in the N region are less in number as compared to the number of holes present in the P region. So once the holes will enter into the N region, acts as a minority charge carrier. Acts as a minority charge carrier, and a very few electrons will combine with the holes and they will substitute, and they can concentrate, or they can be attracted towards that negative terminal. Get it my point? So that a very small amount of base current will flow through it. Is it right? And now when the large number of free holes, when they are present in that N region, acts as a minority charge carrier. And as you know that collector to base junction, it's connected in a reverse bias. So in a reverse bias, current will flow due to the minority carrier. So the holes will be transferred towards the collector region. And all these holes comes into that collector regions are attracted towards that negative terminal of a battery. So this is the direction of a movement of a hole, so that the direction of a flow of a current is in this way here. Oh, sorry, it's not like that. So hole, it will be flow in this way, so that it's my mistake. Let me remove these things. This is not the direction of a current. So the direction of a current is same as the direction of a hole. So this is the base current. As the hole will be collected in the P region, means collector region, and it will be attracted. So the direction of a current is always in the direction of a hole. Now I just make the sentence like that. Before that, I make the sentence like that. The direction of a current is opposite to the direction of a free electron. And now in terms of PNP type of transistor, I say that the direction of a current is in the same direction of a hole. It means that for PNP type of a transistor, the base current and the collector current are the outgoing current. So now if you see that for the emitter current, so definitely is that incoming current is there. Get it my point? So now again you can see that equation for that emitter current is the same, which is equal to IE is equal to IB plus IC. Means this equation is same for NPN type of a transistor as well as PNP type of a transistor. But as we know that the base current having a very less magnitude, so that IE is approximately equal to that IC is there. Okay, and now you can see that actual diagram. That emitter to base junction is connected in forward bias, collector to base junction is connected in reverse bias. So this black color shows the movement of a holes. And we say that now in terms of PNP type of transistor, the direction of a current is in the direction of a hole. म्हणजे MCQ type ला तुम्हाला असा पण प्रश्न विचारला जाऊ शकतो. The conventional direction of a current is in a opposite to the direction of a movement of electrons. And the conventional direction of a current is in the same direction of the direction of the movement of a holes. So you please take care about it. These two sentences there. And here, because of this movement of a holes, the current will substitute. So in this PNP type of a transistor, the emitter current is, now see that it's an incoming current. So definitely the base current is outgoing current and the collector current is also outgoing current. This is the difference between the PNP type of a transistor and the NPN type of transistor is there. Get it my point? Okay. So this is about the action of NPN and PNP type of a transistor here. And now see that the first configuration of a transistor, and that is nothing but common base configuration. And we have to see input and output configurations of this common base configuration. So as we know that the transistor has its a 3 terminal. So, and it is always used for that amplification. This is the basic application of the transistor. Based on it, the one terminal is common for input and output circuit. So the name itself gives that a common base. Now see that, let me consider that NPN type of a transistor here. So here I consider that NPN type of transistor. Now this is the symbol of a transistor. Here I say that NPN type of transistor. This terminal acts as an emitter. This terminal acts as a base. This terminal acts as a collector. The emitter to base, one junction, collector to base, another junction. Now, as you know that the current always, the arrow is always in between emitter to base, and it is always pointing from P region to the TN region. So for the NPN type of transistor, emitter current is outgoing current. So definitely base current, oh sorry, it's an incoming current. Okay, and collector current is also incoming current is there. And now we need to connect. We have to see that how the common base configuration is used. So for that, I have to connect emitter to base junction in a forward bias and collector to base junction in a reverse bias. Okay. So when I want to connect that emitter to base in a forward bias, so this N region, we have to connect it to the negative terminal, and this P region, we have to connect it to the positive terminal. So I say that this is the battery VEB. Now collector junction, collector to base junctions, we need to connect in a reverse bias, so that this N region, collector region, we need to connect it to the positive terminal of external battery, and the base we have to connect it to the negative. So the battery is VCB. Get it, my point? Now this terminal, base terminal, is the common terminal. Okay, so here we say that emitter to base junction, it acts as an input circuit. Input circuit, and collector to base, it acts as an output circuit. Output circuit. Get it, my point? Now try to remember that the voltage in between emitter, now that which terminals we consider that as a input terminals, I say that input terminals. Input terminals, and here I say that output terminals. बघा व्यवस्थित लक्ष द्या. Okay, so which terminals we consider that as an input terminal? E and emitter and base. Which terminal we consider that as an output terminals? Collector and base, where base is a common for input and output circuit. So the circuit which is in between emitter and base, that circuit we call as an input circuit. The circuit which is connected in between collector and base, that circuit we call it's a output circuit. Get it, my point? And now if I want to see the input output characteristics of a common base configuration, so that input output characteristics is always drawn in between that input circuit voltage and that input circuit current, and that output circuit characteristics is always drawn in between output circuit voltage and that output circuit current. मग आता इनपुट सर्किट जी ई आणि बी मध्ये आहे, तर त्या दोन टर्मिनल मधलं जे व्होल्टेज असेल तर ते व्होल्टेज असेल इनपुट व्होल्टेज, and that is nothing but VEB, because these are the two input terminals. And in that input circuit, whatever the current it flows, that current we call it's an input current. आता emitter आणि base मध्ये कोणता करंट फ्लो होतोय? Emitter current. So that emitter current is called as an input circuit current. The base current is a common for input and output. So we cannot say that this is the input circuit current. Get it, my point? Similarly, if I want to say output circuit voltage, so the voltage in between the output circuit terminals, I say that that is called as a output circuit voltage. We call it a VCB. And output circuit current, that is nothing but the current which is flowing in the output circuit. And which current is flowing in that output circuit? I say that it's a IC. Get it my point? Because IB is a common. After 10 minutes, if that session will be end automatically, please rejoin it for the next 20 minutes. Okay. Have you got it? Have you clear about that? Which terminal we call it input terminals, and that output terminal, input circuit voltage, input circuit current, output circuit voltage, and output circuit current. Is it that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have to discuss that input characteristics. This input characteristics is always drawn in between the input circuit voltage. बघा आता input circuit voltage कोणतं आहे आपलं? That is nothing but VEB, and input circuit current, we say that it's IE. Okay. And output circuit characteristics is always drawn in between output circuit voltage. कुठलं आहे बघा हे? VCB, and output circuit current is a IC. But the one thing is that when you want to draw the input characteristics, that time you need to keep output circuit voltage as a remain constant. Means VCB, we have to make it as a constant. This is very important. And when you want to draw output circuit characteristics, that time you need to keep input circuit current as a constant, and that input circuit current as a IE. ओके. आता तुम्ही म्हणताल की इनपुट सर्किट कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ड्रॉ करताना आउटपुट सर्किटचं व्होल्टेज कॉन्स्टंट ठेवायचं आहे, आणि आउटपुट सर्किटची कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ड्रॉ करताना इनपुट सर्किटचा करंट कॉन्स्टंट ठेवायचं आहे. असं का? व्होल्टेजच का कॉन्स्टंट ठेवायचं नाही? लेट मी क्लिअर दॅट वन पॉइंट. When you want to draw the input circuit characteristics, as you know that output circuit current is the IC, and this IC is the reverse bias current. So we need to maintain constant output circuit voltage for input circuit characteristics is there. आणि ज्यावेळेस आपल्याला आउटपुट सर्किट कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ड्रॉ करायचे, तर ती आउटपुट सर्किट व्होल्टेज आणि आउटपुट सर्किट करंट वरती ड्रॉ करायचे. आणि हा आउटपुट सर्किटचा करंट जो आहे हा कशावरती डिपेंड आहे? हा रिव्हर्स बायसचा करंट आहे. हा रिव्हर्स बायसच्या व्होल्टेज वरती डिपेंड नाहीये. Because in every circuit, in every transistor, we know that emitter current is approximately equal to collector current. म्हणजे हा IC हा इमिटर करंट वरती डिपेंड आहे, तो व्होल्टेज वरती डिपेंड नाहीये. म्हणून we need to keep constant input circuit current while drawing the output circuit characteristic. Is this point is clear? So please remember that whenever you need to draw the input circuit characteristics, output circuit voltage you need to make it constant, and when you want to draw output characteristic, input circuit current we have to make it constant. आणि त्याच्यासाठी पहिल्यांदा हा पार्ट क्लिअर होणं फार गरजेचं आहे. इनपुट सर्किट कोणतं, इनपुट सर्किटचं व्होल्टेज कोणतं, इनपुट सर्किटचा करंट कोणतं, आणि सिमिलरली द आउटपुट सर्किट. गेट इट माय पॉइंट? अँड नाउ सी दॅट. आता असं अज्युम करा की आउटपुट सर्किट ओपन आहे, म्हणजे कलेक्टर टू बेस ओपन आहे, परंतु इमिटर टू बेस काय आहे? कनेक्टेड आहे. कारण आपल्याला आता इनपुट सर्किट व्होल्टेज ची कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ड्रॉ करायची. मग कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ड्रॉ करायची असेल तर मी पहिल्यांदा VCB इज इक्वल टू 0 कन्सिडर करतो. 0 व्होल्ट म्हणजे काय केलं की हे व्होल्टेज 0 केलं VCB, म्हणजे जस्ट लाईक ओपन सर्किट झालं. कलेक्टर टू बेस म्हणजे कलेक्टर करंट हा तुमचा 0 झाला, बरोबर आहे. परंतु इमिटर टू बेस हा फॉरवर्ड बायस मध्ये कनेक्ट केलाय, आणि आपल्याला माहिती आहे इमिटर टू बेस मध्ये एक PN जंक्शन डायोड आहे, आणि कलेक्टर टू बेस जंक्शन मध्ये अजून एक PN जंक्शन डायोड आहे. असे 2 डायोड आहेत ट्रान्झिस्टर म्हणजे. मग जर इमिटर टू बेस हा फॉरवर्ड बायस मध्ये असेल तर डेफिनेटली आपला ग्राफ हा just like a forward bias diode. It means that up to the barrier potential no current will flow, but after the barrier potential, current will flow linearly. So this is the linear region is there. And this is the curve for VCB is equal to 0. Get it my point? मग आता आपण दुसरी कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू ठेवूया. आता तुम्ही तर असं लक्षात घ्या की मी कॉन्स्टंट म्हणतोय, मग कॉन्स्टंट 0 ठेवलं होतं, हा ग्राफ आहे. आता जर सपोज दुसरी कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू ठेवलं VCB इज इक्वल टू 5 व्होल्ट. बघा आता ज्यावेळेस VCB इज इक्वल टू 5 व्होल्ट आहे, म्हणजे हे VCB व्होल्टेज हे रिव्हर्स बायस व्होल्टेज आहे. मग रिव्हर्स बायस व्होल्टेज आहे याचा अर्थ इथं या ठिकाणी ज्या अर्थी आपण रिव्हर्स बायस व्होल्टेज इन्क्रीज केलंय, म्हणजे कलेक्टर टू बेस जंक्शन मध्ये डिप्लिशन लेअर वाढणार आहे. मग जर डिप्लिशन लेअर वाढली तर तुमचा बेस करंट हा कमी होणार आहे. म्हणजे काय होणार आहे, तुमचा कलेक्टर करंट वाढणार आहे. कारण जर बेस करंट कमी झाला की तुमचा ऑटोमॅटिकली काय झाले, इमिटर कडून जे चार्ज कॅरियर बेस मध्ये आलेले आहेत ते सगळेच्या सगळे चार्ज कॅरियर हे कलेक्टर रिजन मध्ये कलेक्ट केले गेले. सो द कलेक्टर करंट विल बी increases, and as the collector current will increases, so definitely emitter current is also increased. It means that for the VCB is equal to 5 volt, म्हणजे जर रिव्हर्स बायस व्होल्टेज जर तुम्ही इन्क्रीज केलं for the same value of input voltage, that emitter current it will be increased, and this is the curve for VCB is equal to 5 volt. मग आता इमिटर करंट वाढतोय हे मी कशावरून दाखवून देतो की जर तुम्ही हे VEB चं एक व्होल्टेज घेतलं, सर्टन व्हॅल्यू घेतलं, त्या व्होल्टेजला ज्यावेळेस VCB 0 होता त्यावेळेस इमिटर करंट एवढा होता. पण त्याच व्होल्टेजला ज्यावेळेस VCB इज इक्वल टू 5 व्होल्ट घेतलं त्यावेळेस तुमचा इमिटर करंट वाढला का नाही चेक करा. And if I say that emitter current it will be increases, it means that what about that input resistance of a common base configuration. So this input resistance of a common base configuration, it can be calculated by, or we can say that it's an input resistance Ri, which is equal to input circuit voltage VEB divided by input circuit current IE. But for that, what we have to make it constant? VCB is equal to constant. And as you have the graph, linear graph means input circuit voltage increases, input circuit current is also increases. It means that just like a forward bias diode, input resistance of common base configuration is very less. Get it my point? And now, if you see that output circuit characteristics is drawn in between that output circuit voltage and that output circuit current. And now, suppose we consider that input circuit current, we have to make it constant. Suppose I consider that IE is equal to 0. आता IE is equal to 0 आहे, म्हणजे काय हो, इमिटर टू बेस ओपन आहे. मग जरी इमिटर टू बेस ओपन जरी असला तरी कलेक्टर टू बेस डायोड हा रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये कनेक्ट आहे. मग जर तो रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये कनेक्ट झाला तर ही केस कशासारखी झाली, द PN जंक्शन डायोड कनेक्टेड इन अ रिव्हर्स बायस. And we know that when the diode is connected in a reverse bias, a very small current will flow due to the minority carrier, and this current is always having its a constant value up to the certain value of reverse bias voltage. And here I say that this is the graph for IE is equal to 0. But if you see that in this case, I say that IE is 0, means no current will flow through the emitter to base. It means that this is also acts like a reverse bias, and collector to base junction is also connected in a reverse bias. It means that when both the regions are connected in a reverse bias, so this region we call as nothing but the cut-off region. When both the junctions are connected in a reverse bias, the transistor is operated in a cut-off region here. Because of IE is equal to 0 ampere, we say that. Now suppose another one constant value we can consider. IE is equal to, I say that 5 milliampere. आता IE इन्क्रीज होतोय. IE इन्क्रीज होतोय म्हणजे इमिटर टू बेस हा फॉरवर्ड बायस मध्ये कनेक्ट केला आणि कलेक्टर टू बेस हा आपला ऑलरेडी रिव्हर्स बायस मध्ये, म्हणजे आता ट्रान्झिस्टर हा ऍक्टिव्ह रिजन मध्ये वर्क होईल. When IE is equal to 5 milliampere, we know that